And how's it going, guys? It's Josh, aka Lil Femi, and this is my bro Ben Hagarty, CEO of Black with No Cream, a pretty dope creative collective on Facebook, almost 6,000 members. And in this video, we're gonna be talking about 3 ways that you can make more money as a videographer. Ben's worked with a ton of dope companies and artists. He just got off a tour with Jay-Z and Beyonce. He's worked for Adidas, EA Sports, Disney. So Ben, it hasn't always been this way. You haven't always been working with the big dogs, right?
Definitely not. I lived in Iowa in a small town. I was working with real estate agents. I was trying to shoot steakhouse videos. Anything you could think of, I was trying to do it to try to make a full-time income being like a creator in Iowa.
Okay, so this is a guide I've been seeing on the Black with No Cream platform called How to Charge a Client. Been seeing it all over the place. I think these tips are incredible that you're giving out. All creatives need to know, but specifically videographers.
I'm constantly seeing people ask in the Black with No Cream community, how much should I charge for a wedding video? Or how much should I charge to go on this tour? Or how much should I charge for anything? They're always questioning, how much do I charge? And I've been in this for well over 10 years. I've learned the hard way. And so we decided to package this into a really well-knit guide that can help people level up and make more money.
Okay, so there are 3 tips in this guide out of like 5 chapters worth of dope information that we're gonna give to you right now regarding how you can make more money as a videographer.
Tip number 1, analyze the opportunity. It's very important to understand that every job is different. Someone could hit you up tomorrow and say, hey, I have a job for you to do XYZ for $1,000, and $1,000 may be a lot of money to you, but it could take you 3 weeks to do that job. Now, do the math. 3 weeks times 8 hours a day of hard work, that doesn't add up to a lot of money.
It's like 13 cents an hour.
Yeah, it sucks. It's super important to analyze every job as a different job. Some jobs may require a 3-man crew. Some jobs might just require editing. So you can't just put one price on that job. You need to analyze each of these factors because it's going to change the way you charge your client.
So the second tip is create a budget breakdown. Say someone comes to you and asks, hey, can I do a music video? How much is it gonna cost? Instead of just saying $20,000, it's important to itemize exactly every place that budget's gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. In the guide, we call it price high and justify. You can't just throw out a random number and say, oh, it cost me $20,000 to do this music video, because the client doesn't understand what it takes to get the music video done. They might just think that you're gonna shoot and do the whole video yourself, which may be true, but it sometimes takes a sound designer, it takes a colorist, it takes an editor, it takes a DP, it takes a whole crew to make a video come to life, and they're not cheap. So Josh, what are some of the examples of like line items that you're putting in your budgets when you're pitching to clients?
First, my rate as far as for directing and editing, my producer's rate that he needs, the type of specific gear rental sets that I need, set design, crazy, there's so much stuff.
And even on a smaller scale, it doesn't have to be that you're shooting some massive video. Even if you're a one-man band, you can still break it down into several different departments, because that is something you can sell. They don't need to know that you're gonna be the editor, the colorist, etc. I just did that on a massive job with a major company like 2 months ago. So to be honest, if you wanna charge higher prices by just breaking down the elements of every job, you'll be able to command higher prices to your clients, and they'll understand.
And guys, one last thing regarding your fees. I think it's very important to be transparent with your client what you want to get out of the project, and separate that from your other production costs so that your client knows at the end of the day, when they have a total budget, a specific part of that total budget is going to be taken out and given to you before they can start spending money on all the creative of the video. I think it's important that, say, if you want $5,000 to $7,000 from a big budget music video, that you need to value your time and get that $5,000 to $7,000 to edit and to direct and to color, whatever you want to do. But it's important that your client is on the same page.
And last but not least, for tip number 3, asking the client, what is your budget? This is something I always do when a client reaches out to me. They'll say, hey, how much do you charge? And I'll be like, hey, what's your budget? If they tell you that information, you know exactly what you're working with that price. That doesn't mean that you're gonna get all of it, but you know at least they're willing to spend $3,000 for this job. And I think a lot of the times the budget's gonna be way bigger than the number you were gonna throw out yourself.
And I think this is a really great way how not to undervalue your time and undercharge for a project. This is something that a lot of people do. I made 2 videos about this and how people shouldn't do this. A lot of creatives are, undercharging themselves by a factor of like 3 or 4 a lot of the time. The reason why people do this is a lot of creators are just afraid that their clients may not be able to afford the cost that they should be paying, and that they'll just say no.
For example, a job that I got years ago, a big company hit me up and asked me what my prices were to fly drones at their event for 1 hour. What's your hourly rate? I said $400 because I didn't really know what to charge. Thinking it was too high already, kind of nervous I was going to lose the job. And then they hit me back kind of laughing. I got really lucky in this stance because they said, oh, our rate normally is $2,000 for a drone op. And they paid me $2,000. I could have left $1,600 on the table by not asking them what their budget was or just trying to shoot higher.
And bonus tip number 4, if your client says no to your original quote, that's okay to negotiate, be a little bit flexible regarding your rate. And most importantly, it's okay to just say no. It may not be worth your time. And your client should be able to understand that too.
Love that.
And guys, those are 4 tips that can be found in Black with No Cream's How to Charge a Client guide, and regarding how to make more money as a videographer.
This guide is a step-by-step walkthrough from the beginning of understanding your value as a creator all the way to closing the deal. We teach you how to determine your value as a creator, how to analyze job opportunities, how to create budget breakdowns and estimates, and even how to negotiate after you're sending your bid. The feedback we've gotten has been amazing, man. We've had people sending in reviews nonstop telling us how this is the highest they've ever gotten paid after reading the guide, which has been super cool to see.
All right, guys, check this out. There's a link in the description. You got to check it out. This guide has helped so many people. It's always nice filming here at Black on the Cream Studios. The audio quality seems to kind of go up a little bit. You got nice lighting.
He's not holding the mic
beautiful
like
background. You like the mic though, right?
Yeah, it's OG.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. And as always, remember to keep it chill.
Chill, 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 chill.
Water temperature is about 60 degrees. Surface